Breaking news out of the Supreme Court, Justice Sonia Sotomayor has just delivered a bombshell dissent that has ignited a firestorm of controversy and debate across political and legal circles, particularly concerning former President Donald Trump. Her statement, which came in response to a recent Supreme Court ruling granting Trump immunity from criminal prosecution for actions taken while in office, has raised significant concerns about the implications for presidential accountability and the rule of law. This landmark ruling, which granted Trump absolute immunity, has prompted fierce debate. Critics argue that such a decision could set a dangerous precedent by allowing presidents to act with impunity while in office. In response, Justice Sotomayor's dissent has not only called attention to the potential dangers of such immunity, but also demonstrated her emotional weight as she took the rare step of reading her dissent from the bench, a powerful gesture that highlighted her strong disagreement with the majority opinion. Justice Sotomayor's words resonate deeply with many who are alarmed by the possibility that the president could effectively be positioned as above the law. This growing fear has led to a wider conversation about the balance of power in American democracy, as well as whether judicial decisions like this one could further erode public trust in the legal system. Critics of the ruling warn that granting any president unchecked power could result in significant abuses, setting a dangerous precedent for future leaders. The implications of the Supreme Court decision extend far beyond Donald Trump, sparking a much broader discussion about the potential consequences for presidential powers in the future. By allowing Trump to claim immunity for his actions during his presidency, particularly concerning his involvement in the January 6th Capitol riot, many fear that this ruling could make it easier for future presidents to avoid accountability for their actions. This has raised important questions about the limits of executive power and the importance of ensuring that no one, not even a sitting president, is above the law. Justice Sotomayor's dissent, which was joined by Justices Kagan and Jackson, strongly criticized this decision, warning that it could have serious long-term consequences for the balance of power that has been in place since America's founding. She argued that allowing presidents to evade accountability could lead to significant abuses of power, undermining the very principles of democracy that the country was built upon. In response to these developments, Donald Trump has remained defiant, dismissing any allegations of wrongdoing and framing legal challenges against him as politically motivated attacks aimed at undermining his potential return to office. By essentially providing a legal shield for presidents, this decision risks undermining the accountability mechanisms that are meant to keep the executive branch in check. In her dissent, Justice Sotomayor pointed to historical examples to emphasize the importance of holding leaders accountable under the law. She noted that American democracy has always upheld the principle that no one, not even the president, is above the law. While it galvanizes his base, it risks alienating moderate voters who might view such claims as attempts to avoid accountability for potential misconduct. The impact of this ongoing struggle between Trump and the legal system extends far beyond his immediate political fortunes. It raises critical questions about how future presidents might approach issues of accountability, potentially creating an environment where leaders feel empowered to act outside of legal constraints. Justice Sotomayor's dissent also raises important concerns about the role of the judiciary in holding the executive branch accountable. She argued that the majority opinion, which allows presidents to claim blanket immunity for their actions while in office, could set a dangerous precedent. By essentially providing a legal shield for presidents, this decision risks undermining the accountability mechanisms that are meant to keep the executive branch in check. In her dissent, Justice Sotomayor pointed to historical examples to emphasize the importance of holding leaders accountable under the law. She noted that American democracy has always upheld the principle that no one, not even the president, is above the law. Allowing presidents to act with impunity, she argued, could create a slippery slope toward authoritarianism, where leaders are free to abuse their powers without fear of consequences. Moreover, Justice Sotomayor expressed concern about how this ruling might affect public perception of the judiciary if citizens believe that their leaders can evade legal consequences simply because of their position. It could foster disillusionment with democratic institutions. Such a perception could further erode the public's confidence in the fairness and impartiality of the justice system, leading to a broader crisis in the legitimacy of the courts. The legal ramifications of Justice Sotomayor's dissent are significant and multifaceted. By challenging the ruling on the grounds that presidents should not be granted blanket immunity, She raises critical questions about the limits of presidential power and the role of the judiciary in maintaining checks and balances. The dissent underscores concerns that such decisions could allow future presidents to act with impunity, creating a situation where misconduct could go unchecked and abuses of power could become normalized. Furthermore, the dissent highlights the potential impact on ongoing investigations into Trump's actions, particularly those related to the January 6th Capitol riot. If this broad interpretation of presidential immunity is adopted, it could severely limit prosecutors' ability to hold presidents accountable for unlawful conduct while in office. This could undermine the ability of the legal system to investigate and address potential abuses of power at the highest levels of government. Ultimately, Justice Sotomayor's dissent serves as a crucial reminder of the importance of maintaining checks and balances within government structures. It highlights the need for a legal system that holds everyone regardless of their position accountable under the law. In an era of heightened political polarization and increasing scrutiny of the executive branch, this dissent serves as both a warning and a call to action, urging citizens and lawmakers to remain vigilant against potential overreach by those in power. In the aftermath of this ruling, Trump's response has remained one of defiance and dismissal. He continues to frame legal challenges as part of a broader political campaign to undermine his credibility and potential return to office. His rhetoric, which characterizes these legal battles as part of an ongoing witch hunt, resonates strongly with his supporters, who view him as a victim of a biased judicial system. However, legal experts caution that this approach risks further eroding public trust in the judicial system. By portraying the legal system as a tool of political retribution, Trump may be undermining respect for the very institutions that are meant to protect the rule of law. While this narrative galvanizes his base, it risks alienating moderate voters who may view such claims as attempts to avoid accountability for any potential wrongdoing. The broader political implications of Trump's response to the Supreme Court ruling are far-reaching. If he continues to frame these legal challenges as partisan attacks, it could embolden other politicians facing legal scrutiny to adopt similar strategies, further eroding standards of ethical conduct in public office. This could have long-lasting consequences for the political culture in America, making it more difficult to hold leaders accountable for unethical or illegal actions. As the legal battles surrounding Trump's actions continue to unfold, the stakes are high not only for his political future, but also for the future of American democracy. The outcome of these legal challenges could shape the trajectory of governance and accountability in the years to come. Justice Sotomayor's dissent stands as a powerful reminder of the importance of upholding the principles of democracy, ensuring that no one is above the law, and maintaining the integrity of the justice system. The unprecedented nature of Justice Sotomayor's dissent has sparked a wide range of reactions among her colleagues on the Supreme Court. Chief Justice John Roberts, while not directly addressing her comments, has emphasized the importance of judicial impartiality and the need to maintain public trust in the institution. His measured statements suggest a desire to downplay internal divisions and present a united front. Justice Clarence Thomas, known for his conservative views, has indirectly criticized Sotomayor's approach, suggesting that such public disagreements could undermine the legitimacy of the court. On the other hand, Justice Elena Kagan has subtly supported Sotomayor's position, emphasizing the importance of checks and balances within the government. The silence of Justices Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Barrett is notable, possibly indicating discomfort with the situation or a desire to avoid further controversy. Justice Alito, however, has been more vocal in his opposition to Sotomayor's dissent, defending the majority opinion in public forums. This internal discord among the justices highlights the growing ideological divide within the court and raises important questions about its ability to function as an impartial arbiter of justice. It also reflects broader concerns about the